Hey everyone, what's going on? LG McDonald, aka Brody. Just another quick video in regards to username changes, why things have to match certain ways, how it all ties together with our API system, so on and so forth. So I'm on the site right now. I have a couple tabs pulled up. There's just a couple things I want to show you. The general stuff is like one of the most popular questions that we get is, how do we actually, how do you actually change your username? So if I click on my name here, pulls up a bunch of information. We tell everyone to check out the external accounts because that's kind of what it'll show you where you can actually change your username, change your Xbox gamertag, change your PlayStation username, so on and so forth. So once the screen loads up here, I'll give you guys a quick example of what I'm talking about. So we have our association and our API integration for Xbox. So when it comes along and you actually want to change your gamer tag, this is how you would actually do it. On the Xbox side of things, the biggest thing you have to keep in mind is your set profile right here. We only allow you to change your gamer tag to a gamer tag that's considered like active as gold. So if you have an account and you're gold sharing with a friend or a brother or whoever, this you won't actually be allowed to have your username and your actual LG account linked to that gold account, or sorry, to that new tag, unless it's considered the primary account for gold. Gold sharing opens up a lot of doors to second accounts, so on and so forth. On the Xbox side, if you do get a com ban, we do allow you to change your gamer tag to say an additional, another account that you may have active that isn't gold, just to kind of be able to continue to play LG well on a com ban from Xbox. To do that, you obviously have to click on change my gamer tag. Your gamer tag profile in your your gamer tag listed in your profile will be of the temporary gamer tag you'll be using, but your LG username will remain whatever your gold account is. That just gives us the ability to say, okay, so LG McDonald got a com ban, he's playing under the gamer tag on Xbox McDonald. So when we show up in game, we know, okay, so anytime you see McDonald in the game in NHL, we know that it's actually linked to the LG McDonald account, even though the McDonald account is not considered gold. On the PlayStation side of things too, it's the exact same thing. So how it works is your PlayStation gamer tag or whatever you're using for your PlayStation ID has to be an active PlayStation account. So the system knows, it's able to track back to see what PlayStation accounts are available, so on and so forth. So right now, the LG-McDonald is an active PlayStation gamer tag that I actually have control of and I own. So if I wanted to change that to an additional gamer tag that I have control of, you have the ability to do so. So you can edit your PlayStation gamer tag, and then you'll be able to type in your new PlayStation account. You'll get an error message in this screen if the PlayStation gamer tag you're trying to change to isn't active, or it's not an actual PlayStation account. For those of you that have been active on the Xbox side for several seasons and now have transferred to the PlayStation side, if you want your actual LG username to match whatever your PlayStation gamer tag is now, because you're considered yourself more of a PlayStation player rather than an Xbox player, that's what the big green button is to do. For those of you that are playing in multiple, in both the Xbox and the PlayStation League, it's very important for you to make sure that both of these are correct. So whenever we're doing stats using our API system, this API system will be able to pick up and recognize that, okay, so LG McDonald played in the game at 9:30, therefore the API system knows who was in the game to match the stats to it, making less work for our managers down the road. We always discuss about how your actual username has to match one of these gamer tags. The reason is obviously for our API system. So if LG McDonald, say for example, is my actual PlayStation username, and that's the actual PlayStation gamer tag I'm playing on, but my LG account is just McDonald, when the API system runs and functions, it'll be looking for people who are in the game who have the LG username LG McDonald. But if my LG username isn't the same as my gamer tag, it comes up with an error, making an issue and causing our managers to have to do more manual work than actual possible during the API system. So just give you guys a quick refresher on the API and our stat system. So this is from last night. My AHL team played. So they played the Albany Devils. So boom, here's the game. 12 LG players listed. So that's the thing, right? So if you click on this, and it's period 3-3. The issue may be is if this number is less than 12, you know that there's someone who's in the game that potentially doesn't have a username that matches their LG account. So the issue there becomes is the system's only going to be able to input automatic stats for the people that the system recognizes are actually active on LG, which causes issues for our managers. It causes problems, so on and so forth. So there we go. Put all our manual stats in. And here's the people that it's picking up. So gamertag LG member, gamertag LG member. So what'll happen in this screen here is if there's people that don't match up. So let's say mbell91, that's his gamertag on LG. He's just known as Bell. The issue then managers will have to come in and be able to manually select what player this actually matches up to. It just causes more work and more headaches for our managers down the road, especially if the winning team isn't the team with the issue. So to be able to know and understand who is who on your opponent's team can be difficult and can cause issues, and may cause the stat system to be inaccurate, which is something that we're trying to avoid. Hence why we went to an API system. So that's kind of in a nutshell what one of the biggest reasons why our accounts have to be that way, and why you have to change your usernames. If you're a manager or another user and you're trying to help out a friend, find this or help out changing their username, our info tab that's located right here has a ton of this info for us. It's a well put together little screen on the website that's it's accessible from pretty much everyone on the website, and it gives you all this information. So obviously it gives you username changes, gives you gamer tag changes, linking your Twitch. The first screen you see right away is sign up. So obviously for all the leagues, the PlayStation League, Friday Night Puck, all those things are located here. So make sure you give yourself a good refresher, a good review, so you can help out other people on your team or other friends who may be having some similar questions. So that's it for today, guys. If you have any further questions in regards to your username changes, the API system, and our stat system for linking up everything, please let myself or Triz know. Have a great day.